There's not much left of daylight now. It's going to be complete darkness soon. There won't be any light pollution around. Doesn't look like there's going to be any stars, at least not for a little while. You can hear the birds out in the distance. And the frogs down by the water. It's pretty still at the moment. I feel like I've been pretty busy today, hiking and trying to navigate myself through terrain which doesn't have a track. Now it's the end of the day and I just getting to relax here. It's nice and peaceful. I can have a chance to unwind now and enjoy the evening.
With the wildlife here in Australia, you do have to be somewhat careful, not just for your sake, but for the native animals. Some wallabies and possums will come try to steal your food. You have not to be too tempted to feed them, as a lot of human food is actually poisonous for them, and you don't want them relying on humans to feed.
I'm just gonna go have a little look around the other few campfire spots that I've seen from where people have obviously had little fires when they've come travelling to this area, and just see if there's any kind of charcoal bits of log. Even though they might be damp, they have a tendency to burn a lot easier or catch that ember a lot easier, so I can add them to the fire and just hopefully build a good bed of coals that will last if I just need a little bit of comfort or comradeship. And this charcoal will carry an ember really nicely, so it'll give a good heart to the fire. Oh, that's a welcome sight to come back to the flames. I can put this charcoal and stuff on the top. I don't want to suffocate it. Just feeding a few more twigs inside that heart of the fire again. Might smoke for a little while, but they'll dry out in that core. I'm going to go wash my hands by the lock. Well, good night, Loch Trull. You've been an absolute splendid host so far. Let's see how that fire's doing. Not always the most hopeful. Hey, we got flames. That is refreshing to see. So it's got very dark all of a sudden. You probably can't see much that way unless I turn up the torch a little bit, but the loch is that direction. And yeah, camp is looking mighty fine. And so is dinner. You probably see the steam coming out. There's a nice rolling boil. Get this off the fire. I'll put that just inside here. Fire's crackling away there, which is really nice. Really happy with that. It's just a morale boost fire. Normally I would cook up something like a stew or a steak, roast beef or something like that. Oh, look at that. It probably doesn't look that appetizing really, but vegetables, dumplings, very good, smells good. So good. It's really enjoyable. It's just like a really thick beef kind of gravy. It's like the beef's like little shreds in it. Then it's got like carrot, I think swede and potato maybe. And dumplings. If you don't know what a dumpling is, a dumpling is this weird English thing. I say weird because they're just, I don't know what to contrast it to. Tell you what, I've been really lucky with the women in my family. Both my grandmas were amazing cooks, and my mum is. And saying that, my dad is as well. He does a signature he does a signature spaghetti bolognese, and yeah, it's to die for. It's kind of one of them ones that I've grown up with, and yeah, lucked out with both my parents. We have our tensions at times, like everyone does, and I think, you know, it's just part of growing up, isn't it? And I'm starting to appreciate them more and more every day. Kind of as I'm growing up, I kind of realise, wow, I'm not too far removed from them actually, and a lot of home truths. But yeah, again, a massive thank you to them for allowing me to kind of devour my life with bushcraft.
Alright, heading out. It's supposed to be a windy day. I'm hoping that I've got a good westerly wind. It's supposed to be west in the morning and then turn to a north-northwest in the afternoon. So if I play my cards right, it might work. But I got some big water crossings that I'm a little concerned about. I'm gonna have to do a lot of island hopping and and take my time and be careful. So I'll try to make some time today. That was pretty cool. Just had a pike try to eat this walleye. Hopefully you could see that. Things that happen in the Northwoods. That's why they got all these spikes. And that trip was fun. Probably what sticks out of my mind the most it's probably the fishing for sure. The fishing was phenomenal. It was just like going to the grocery store anytime you wanted to have walleye for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That and the beavers slapping their tails in the middle of the night under a full moon. That was just bizarre, and I'll never forget that just because it was so odd. So definitely an amazing trip. I would encourage anybody that wants to try a solo just to give it a shot, even if it's just a you know, even just for the day, even if you're not real comfortable with going out at night by yourself, just go to a cool area and day hike, kind of warm up to it. My first solo was a 7-day canoe trip here in the Boundary Waters, but I don't recommend that. That was probably risky. It could have been the end of my solo tripping, but it went good and the rest is history. But I definitely would say if you have the desire to go out and do this kind of stuff, then go for it. There's nothing stopping you. Everyone's able to do this, physically able to do this. Give it a shot. Dinosaur. Man, pike bites galore. Lived a hard life, buddy. I'll let you go. You deserve it. Look at that thing. Golly.